Welcome everyone to this video where I'll be talking about Awakening. With that said, let's begin. This system will be available after completing the Awakening quest. This quest will be available upon reaching level 85 and can only be activated if you have already unlocked all classes. This quest will require you to complete Zeruel Border 3 times, complete Zeruel 3 times, complete any floor of Phantom Labyrinth 3 times, complete Konat Collapse 3 times, defeat 600 monsters,
Play TOD once. It doesn't matter if you only get to the first floor, it will still count as if you played.
defeat the Abyssal Dominator once. Once completed, you will have access to the Awakening system. To unlock each Awakening core, you will need the following amounts of Liberation Stones. These stones can be farmed in the Abyssal Path. You can only farm 100 stones per week per character, but you can also buy 10 Liberation Stones once per account per week in the shop. This stone cannot be transferred to the warehouse. Now let's look at the Awakening cores. In Core 1, you can unlock the 4-bar Awakening ability. For most characters, this ability is better than the 4-bar ability unlocked by class. In Cores 5, 9, and 13, you can unlock the Awakening ability and its upgrades. At level 1, you can use it after filling the Awakening bar, which is filled using abilities. Once used, it has a 180-second cooldown. At level 2, the cooldown is reduced from 180 seconds to 150 seconds. At level 3, it grants a 15% attack buff for 20 seconds after using the Awakening ability. In Cores 2, 6, and 10, in this Core of Creation, where we can obtain one of these stats. But the one we should prioritize is Special Attack.
And as the second option, we can use Attack. But remember to prioritize Special Attack, since in this core we can get a higher amount of Special Attack, as this stat has a maximum of 800 points, while Attack has a maximum of 500 points. But as I mentioned, if you get Attack, you can still use it while you look for Special Attack.
In Cores 3, 7, and 11 in this Core of Destruction, we can obtain one of these stats. But the one we should prioritize is Critical Damage, and as a second option, we can use Critical Chance. But remember to prioritize Critical Hit Damage. When you're starting out, you can leave the Critical Hit Chance stat as low, especially on important maps like Another World, Harrier, and Void, which reduce your chance by 20%. So starting with some extra chance, it's not a bad idea to have some extra critical hit chance. But remember, in the end, the most important thing will be to focus on critical hit damage. In Cores 4, 8, and 12 in this Core of Harmony, we can obtain one of these stats. But the one we should prioritize for most characters is boss damage. But for Jin and Zero, we should prioritize the 4-bar ability damage boost. Remember that for Jin and Zero, most of their damage is based on their 4-bar ability. That's why we should prioritize this stat for these two. In any case, the stats we're looking for would look like this image. In the end, the most important things would be Special Attack, Critical Damage, and increased damage against bosses. For Jin and Zero, they would be Special Attack, Critical Damage, and increased damage on the 4-bar skill. And well, to find the stat we need, we'll have to use Transformation Stones. These stones can be farmed in the Abyssal Path. You can only farm 100 stones per week per character, but you can also buy 10 Transformation Stones once per account per week in the shop. To change these cores, you'll need 10 Transformation Stones. The good thing about this system is that when changed, the current stat isn't automatically replaced with the newly obtained one. It's up to you whether you want to change the current stat to the newly obtained one. And also remember that these stones can be transferred through the warehouse, meaning that if a character already has all their Awakening cores perfect, you can transfer the Transformation Stones via warehouse to the character whose Awakening cores you want to upgrade. To farm the stones we'll need more efficiently, we have the following recommendations. If you're new and don't have much power yet, you can farm up to Stage 1, Floor 9. Completing this floor will earn you 10 Liberation Stones and 17 Transformation Stones. You'll need to play 10 times to farm all the stones. Now, if you already have around 200k to 300k total attack, it would be advisable to play up to Stage 2, Floor 5. Completing this floor will earn you 25 Liberation Stones and 37 Transformation Stones. You'll need to play 4 times to farm all the stones. The good thing about farming Stage 2 is that you can get the Abyssal title. This title is decent, and if you upgrade it, it will be even better. But this would only be worthwhile if you don't already have a title like Train, Harrier, or Void 1. Now, if you have around 500k or more attack power, you can try completing Stage 3, Floor 3. Upon completing this floor, you will earn 23 Liberation Stones and 34 Transformation Stones. You will need to play 5 times to farm all the stones. Although you will have to play more times, the good thing about Stage 3 is that you can farm the Abyssal card. This card is very good because it has 28% critical damage and 0.78% taint resistance. However, the downside is that Stage 3 is quite difficult since you cannot use revive items or potions from this point on. You should be careful when playing Stage 3, or at least have Lime, Ryan, and Amy in your party, as these characters have abilities to revive and heal the team. And well, folks, that's all for now. I hope this information is helpful, and with that said, until next time.